years ago, I was different than today. I had a loud mouth, had so many things to say. My hair was shorter and I promised it would stay. I'll never touch it till the day you came. Years went by so fast, living life so fast. Finally we saw a light up ahead, but didn't last. It was in time, no. Not the same man, not the same scars. I lost blood, I lost tears, I lost sight. Not the same man, no more. Hello, hello, hello. Let me turn this off. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to 2018. Wow. Another year. Alright, let's see who's here already. Let me turn this down. Hey, Orlando. What's up, Grant? Hey. What's up, Orlando and Grant? Paul. Cool VFX. What's up, everyone? We're back. We are back. We are back. Can everyone hear me? Happy New Year to you as well. Hope you guys had amazing holidays. I had a really nice time when I had a chance to have a nice time. So what you guys been up to? I did a bunch of work. Ended the year with a lot of work. Hello, Monel. Hello. So I guess I should start by saying okay, no, I shouldn't be reading emails right now, right? Let me bring my YouTube. Let me put this up all the time. Keep above others. All right. So yeah, Grant is talking about the stuff I did on Jumanji. That work, but was great. I really enjoy working on that stuff. If you guys haven't seen the movie, go see it. It's really cool. Jumanji. There's a few shots of mine in the trailer. So let's see, I can get it. Let's see if it's this one. Yeah, this is the one. So in this trailer, there is 2 shots that I made. Let's see where the shots I did this shot. This shot had effects before, and then they got removed. I don't know. So those, I don't think this is the right trailer. Is it? No, this is not the right trailer I was looking for. Just another one. Maybe this one. Let me see. Where is it? I don't know. It's in there. I don't remember exactly where it is. Oh, this is one of the shots. Yeah, this is the one. So yeah, all these shots we did all in. I didn't work in this one, but yeah, I did this one. This explosion is mine. I did that, and then I did this explosions here, which is pretty cool. There's a few other shots that I did on that sequence, so that's what I did there. Orlando was in that gig as well, right? Orlando did the lighting and rendering of some of those shots. So cool. Hey Justin, shoveling snow, huh? Cool, man. I don't like the cold weather actually, so it's a little bit cold here. It's not that much, but oh, flu, shit, that sucks, man. You should watch it, Orlando. It's really fun. You worked on it. Yeah, so at the end of the year, I did some effects for another short film that it's gonna be a school dinner party. It should be announced for Sundance. It's gonna be a premiere at Sundance, so let's see if this is the one. So yeah, this film I was working on all through a bit of December, and then November, and then most of December I work on this. It's a VR short film. It's pretty cool. It's gonna be a premiere at Sundance, as you can see there, which is pretty cool. And that was really hard. I literally rendered till the last day of December, and that was pretty sorry, that was pretty nerve-wracking because I had to travel the next day. I had a vacation already booked and stuff, and it was like, oh, is the render gonna finish? But yeah, it did render, and it did finish, and everyone was happy. So great. I did the title sequence, all wind particles, and then huge sequences of CG in the film, that it's there are all CG, a lot of particle work, etc. Work with really cool people there, people from DreamWorks and Illura, some other places, which is wasn't really cool to work with all those kinds of people. Hey Jason, yeah, Jumanji was cool, man. Squirt. Yeah, I bet Australia is really cool. I don't mean cool as cold, but cool as really nice this time of the year. uh, yeah, so that's what happened at the end of the year. I was really slammed with work. Um, the short film needed a lot of attention from me, so I didn't do tutorials or live live webinars like today because of that, and so it was really I was really busy on that stuff. Let's see. So, what did you guys do? For Christmas we didn't celebrate that much. We just we're here in the house. We didn't do anything special or anything. We just did some dinner. Not a bunch of gifts or anything. I didn't even get anything for Christmas. For New Year's, we went to my mom's house and we spent the night there. And then the first of January, we actually flight. We got a flight to Guadalajara, Mexico. We had some vacations there. We spent the week there. I really needed those vacations. I didn't even took my laptop there. I just took my tablet and that's it. But didn't even take a computer at all. So I needed to stay away from the computer for at least that week. So yeah, after that, came back and everything is good now. The studio is done for now. I'm on the new place now. You can see the background is different. We have this style of exposed brick, and it looks pretty nice. I'm really enjoying the new place. I have a lot of space. I'm not in the middle of a bunch of stuff. I got a place for my stuff over there. Everything is stored. I got a lot of room here for new people that might be hired this year. So yeah, everything on the studio, it's really nice. I really like how it ended up looking. But it took a while. But yeah, that was all that was happening actually as I was working. Some days I was like, people were working here, like finishing walls or finishing flooring and stuff, and I was working there like full of dust, and I was like, oh my god, when is this gonna end? Some stuff it's still full of dust and stuff, but it's done. It's done now. Someone else says, "Is how good is modeling Houdini?" Modeling Houdini is really cool. I don't think there's any weaknesses in modeling Houdini. I've been modeling Houdini since, I don't know, 10, 12 years, 15 years. And I don't do anything else for modeling. I do all my modeling in Houdini. I do all my rigging in Houdini. I don't use any other application. So there's extruding, there's beveling, there's moving vertices. That's all you need to model it. It's all there. I don't see a drawback actually. But if you are clever, you can use the strengths of Houdini, like going back to other nodes and modifying nodes that that will propagate the changes along the whole thing. So I think it has more benefits modeling Houdini that has weaknesses. I guess the only weakness will be that it takes a little bit of a while to get there, but it's totally doable. So Square's learning ZBrush working on a VR flying game. Oh, that's cool. I don't use ZBrush because it's not for Windows, not for Linux, so I use 3D Code for that. Happy New Year, workflow in mind. Thank you. My background, it's my new studio, which took a while to do, but it's there now. Do I have a portfolio? And I have an outdated portfolio, yes, but you can see my work at my main website there. You can see what are there's a few projects there. There's my reel is the most recent stuff. So other news, what else happened during the year? There was a new version of Fusion, which is 9.0.2, which is good. Fusion got some updates. Yeah, this is not working right now. Okay, I'm gonna close it. So yeah, there was some new Fusion stuff. I've tried to use Modo a few times, but I don't get it. I'm not efficient on it, so I don't use it. I've never got into it, and but no, I don't get it. I don't get Modo. So it's nice, but eh. All right, so there is some news. So let me show you. There's some stuff new at the mix training. So there are finally the magical fire effects training. It's back, and it's on the main site. Finally, we have it here. You can buy it now. Let me see if I can open an incognito window. So you can see the Magical Fire Effects thingy, it's back. It's now on our own site. Here it is. It's at a special price right now. You can, if you buy it right now, you can get $25 off, which is pretty cool. It's a lot of money. And it's back on the main side, which it's not gonna be changing or anything. We have control over the whole thing, whatever. We had to go through the process of canceling stuff with email and stuff, but it's here now. It's gonna stay here, and it's gonna be really cool. So if you haven't got this, get it now. It's $64 for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, it's gonna go back to $89. So if you haven't got it, or if you are thinking about getting it, get it now. It is cheap. We also, I don't remember if I announced this, but Understanding Fluid Solvers Volume 2 was released as well. This is the second part of Fluid Solvers, which is those two volumes are the whole thing. Then I just released yesterday the second part of the lamp project, which is UVs and texturing. And this takes you to all the UVs and texturing, all the UVs in Houdini, and we do the texturing in Substance Painter, which is really cool. Also, for the person asking there about modeling in Houdini, you can get the poly modeling part of this project. Actually, you can see this training will get you to all the poly modeling you need for Houdini. It doesn't get into procedural stuff yet here, but it gets you to all the basics of modeling and poly modeling in Houdini and stuff. And then part 2 is the UVs, doing all the UVs. UVs, and then we do the texturing in Substance Painter. And then in part 3 or chapter 3, it's going to be taking whatever we did in Substance Painter, exporting all that, taking it to Houdini again, and rendering it with Redshift. And I might do a chapter or a version of rendering everything with Mantra as well. I don't know. So far, it's just about Redshift. But yeah, someone asked me, this is a project, it's going to be 3 chapters. And someone asked me if it was $65 for the whole thing, but it's $65 for each chapter. At the end of this, I will make a bundle, and it will be cheaper if you get the bundle, but that's going to happen after the whole project is done. And I'm not sure how much that's going to be yet. But yeah, it's $65 for each one. So that's what's happening with training. I have a bunch of other training on queue, on process. A friend of mine is also working on some training. Another friend is still haven't confirmed some training, but yeah, there's some really cool plans for new training and stuff. And yeah, I guess that's it about training. Also, there's I want to mention this. A lot of people ask me stuff on YouTube, on my YouTube videos, and it's cool. But if you go to the here to the community, there's even better here, because you can post pictures, and other people can reply, or other people can get the knowledge as well. So if you have any questions, or if they are a little bit more complex, please, instead of posting in YouTube, please go to the community and post the questions here, and it will be even better for me, or even faster for me to help you. And it will be better, actually. Yeah, it will be better. I even have a notification here. Yep, somebody asked a question about the Houdini console, and I respond to all that stuff really quickly. All right, so Houdini. Well, Houdini, there's been a lot of development in Houdini, a lot of new stuff. I can't show that. What should I do? All right. So Carlos says, do I have any suggestions to learn faster? How can I become a better tutorial watching and learning CGI guy? I have a really good answer for that, actually. what I do, because I see tutorials as well, what I do is I see the tutorial. Let's say I'm watching, like I'm doing the Anastasia Opara tutorials. If you haven't seen that, I've been going through these ones. So these tutorials here, I bet you guys have seen this. I got the tutorials from her, and I've been doing those tutorials. I got all the package here. I bought the whole thing. So what I do is I see the video. I see it like, let's see, video number 1. I play it, I see it, and then I play the video again, and then I follow the video if there's something to follow, right? Like in this case, it's code and stuff. Then I see the video, and then I start coding the video, and then I make sure I have everything correctly working and stuff. And for this is kind of an old video. It's not that super old, but it was back when for loops were different, and I'm adapting everything for the new for loops. So I have to test everything, that everything is working. I'm sorry, with the new for loops and all that stuff. So that's what I do to really learn the stuff you're watching. First watch it and then do it. Because if you just watch the stuff, you're not gonna learn the stuff. You need to do it. Even if like in this case, like these videos have a lot of code. Don't copy paste the code. Just type the code. Type it. So like in Houdini, if you're learning something in Houdini, instead of opening the scene and just going through the scene and see it, don't do that. Go through the whole process with the tutorial and get the stuff wrong, figure out why it's wrong and all that stuff. That's why sometimes in my tutorials, when I get some stuff wrong, I don't cut it, because it's really important to figure out stuff. That's the point where you actually learn. And when you do stuff, when you do it on yourself, by yourself, that's when you learn. That's when you learn the stuff. All right, so Ars2 Apps VFX and Go. That's a really weird name, dude. Happy New Year to you as well. You're really busy as well, yeah. So you absolutely wouldn't recommend doing stuff during the first watch? No, I did. If there's something to be done, I'm sorry. If there's something to be done in the tutorial, if it's not just theory, you should just watch it and then do it. The first time you're gonna get most of it, and the person teaching the tutorial or giving the tutorial will be explaining stuff and all that stuff. And the second time you do it, it's not gonna be as slow. It's gonna be faster, because all right, I do this, and okay, let's jump to the next part, and okay, I do this stuff, and then if you get stuck, then you go back, and oh yeah. Sorry, I got it wrong, and you're gonna do it really quickly because of that. So it's not like you're gonna be doing washing the stuff twice. It's basically just reading and then doing whatever you're gonna be doing with that stuff. But that's how I do it, and that's how it works for me, because if you do it like that, you really get the stuff and practice it. Also, what I do sometimes, if you want to try like going on the first wash, like I do this sometimes as well. Like if you're gonna follow the tutorial the first time, try to get ahead of the tutorial. Like all right, let's put this, and you know what he's trying to do, and stop the video and say, all right, I know what he's trying to do. Let me try to do it first, and see if I get stuck. And then you try to do it, you figure out some stuff, and then you might do it, and then you see the tutorial, oh, I figured it out differently, or I got stuck, oh, that's how you do it. But if you want to do it the first time, then try to not just do exactly steps, but try to like challenge yourself to figure it out before. Like if me or someone that's giving the tutorial says, we're gonna just destroy this share, so we're gonna start by cutting the model into pieces, then maybe you can stop it and say, all right, how would I do that? So just try to figure it out and stuff, and then all right, I did my part, or I couldn't do it. Now play the video and see how the guy did it, and maybe you did it differently. It still works the same way or whatever. But that might be when you're a little bit more advanced, or you have more fluidity or knowledge in Houdini. But yeah, that's some of the ways you can try to challenge yourself, and when you figure out stuff and when you do stuff, that's when you really learn stuff. Yeah, Grant, it's pointing out. Grant is pointing up a really nice point. I recently saw. I was researching on how to learn faster because I want to learn faster as well. And something they recommended was studying, sleeping, study. So study, sleep, study. It's a great way to retain information. I see a lot of tutorials right before I go to bed. Sometimes I even fall asleep watching tutorials, and then in the morning you can maybe watch it again and say, oh, all right, I know that stuff. That's in my mind. That's fresh. Even if you got a full night's sleep, it kind of gets in your mind. All right. So, are there any more questions? Because I don't have anything else to talk about last year. But so you guys have plans for this year? I've seen a lot of people changing jobs, moving to places. I'm not doing anything of that stuff. I'm staying here. I'm not moving. I might take another vacation. But yeah, there's some other plans with a studio in Mexico City that I will be traveling to Mexico City a lot this year, I think. So yeah, please go ahead and ask any questions you have. Ask any questions. So I don't have any topics prepared for today. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them, because I really don't have anything prepared. And as you can see, I don't even have my license here. I'm waiting for my license. But I can share some stuff that I've learned during the a few months I've been working lately. But yeah, if you have questions about pops, go ahead, ask. Oh yeah, I just remember there's a really cool new series on side effects. I just don't want to show something weird here. It should be, I don't see it here. Yes, this rigging rigging series here. It's really cool. If you're interested in rigging, Michael Goldfarb goes through that stuff. It's really in depth. It's pretty cool. A lot of rigging in Houdini it's being done now. Why is this doesn't have a rigging tag here? I don't know. Intermediate Goldfarb side effects. There's some other rigging tutorials. There was a quadruped tutorial. Oh yeah, also I forgot about this, but I got into this thing. I'm here in the experts section now. Yay! That really made my day. I was really happy about this. Being in this short list of people, it's really incredible for me. Meant a lot for me as well. It's really cool. So yeah, there is some rigging tutorials. Rigging. This one, no, that's another one actually. This cat is the other one I was talking about. This is the quadruped rigging, which is another really nice rigging series. So yeah, a lot of rigging in Houdini lately. It's really nice. I think the best application for rigging that I've ever used is Houdini. Apart from the nice tools in XSI, those tools were really cool. But I never did any production stuff in XSI. Yeah, there's been a lot of cool stuff in Houdini that I haven't even done or touched because I've been so busy. So I attach some particles to one object and I want to move another object to create a collision. I don't understand your question. R2 Upsy VFX and Go. I don't really understand the question. And for cloth, there's a few things you can do for cloth to make it faster. So let's create some stuff. Yeah, cloth is not super. It's not super fast, but it's not bad. So yeah, let's do something simple. Let's use Roberto. Let's make this a little bit smaller. It's too big and it's too far up. First, I always like to make my my cloth into triangles. So let's put a divide. And yeah, I think I'm gonna show you something that I'm working on, guys. Let's see if you can catch what I'm doing right now, okay? I'm gonna create a node, so pay close attention. Did you saw that? Did you see that? Did you see that? So this is what I do. I always triangulate my my cloth to make it deform better. Okay. So now let's make this cloth object. Let's go to the cloth tab, make it a cloth object, and then Roberto, make it a static object, and then just play. So you can see that is not super slow, right? It's not super slow. It's kind of okay, right? But then we go and add more subdivisions to this, and we can play now. And it's gonna start to get slow, but again, it's not super slow. The slow part comes here. Let's see here. So here in the grid, in the class solver, you have substeps here. If you don't need too much substeps, just go to 1 or 2. If you really want too much collision passes, put it back to 1. You can even set the float to 32, and you can see now that's even faster, but it's not as accurate. You can see Roberto, it's poking through now, but that's some of the things you can do to optimize it a little bit. But if we put, let's say the collision passes to 164, it doesn't really make that huge of a difference. But you can see now I have just one collision pass, and it's trying to look okay-ish. It's not super bad. But the other thing you can do with cloth is I don't see much people doing this. I don't know why. But this could be, let's say this is my cloth low, and then let's do another copy of this, and this is gonna be a cloth high. And then this guy, it's gonna be really the high res density that I'm gonna render. Okay, I am not going to do this. Damn it, why is that thing there? So you can see this geometry is really high, and this is gonna be the one that I'm gonna render. Let's say this is my full resolution simulation. You can see now only this one, which is going to be my proxy or my low res, is the one that it's being animated. But now if we use this little proxy here, let's click on it and says select the geometry to the form with the simulated cloth. So let's select this one because this is the high, and press enter, and then select the geometry for simulated cloth, which is this one, and then press enter. And then something happened here. It created a node there, and you can see if I press, you can see now my full res version, it's being deformed. It is not being used to calculate the geometry, the simulation. It's just deforming it with the one that it's already been simulated. So the simulation is being done with this one, and then it's passing that to the higher resolution. So you can see it's just the clock deform setup here. I've used this setup for other stuff. Gets the object that it's being gets the simulation, gets the capture it, and then gets the simulated geometry, and then just deforms that stuff. So this is one way you can make your simulations go faster, because you're not, if you use this geometry to do the simulation, it's gonna be really slow. Yeah, so that's one way you can do that. You can make your cloth optimized. Yeah, so workflow in mind, catch the property there. Yeah, and it's this guy, and let me just create something here. Geo, you can create a geometry there, create it there. You can do some crazy things. This is a tool that I'm developing, and it would be for sale soon. So it's like Tab, but it has really cool icons. You can see it's a huge icon here, and has some other properties like let's see if this works. You can see multiply by 5, and then you create 5 geometry nodes at once. There's some other things that are not ready, but let's see. Let me see if I haven't broke that. Let me see. There's a torus and material, and then a null. Yeah, I didn't broke that. You can see I created 3 tools with 1 command. I can do that again because you can see if I say let's create a torus, and then I put that in my stock, that there will be some feedback here. Then I create a material, and then I create a null, and then I press enter, and then I create all those tools are created once, and they are connected. That's cool, right? You can do stuff like open Sublime text from here, run commands. You can do some other stuff like calculations. There's a calculator built in, and it just copies that to your clipboard. You can see if I paste it, I have that pasted already there. So yeah, the tool, it's really nice. It's in development still. There's some stuff to fix and stuff, but it's gonna be released maybe next month, hopefully. So you want to create some particles in one sphere that are just there, and then when they collide to the other with the other sphere, they create some particles. Samuel says, what if Samuel, what if the clone has to tear? Nah, if the clone is gonna tear, then you're gonna have to just go through it, simulate it as it is, man. And tearing it's gonna be it's not that slow. I've done it. It's not super slow. Yeah, you have to be clear before I'm not even understanding what you're trying to do, man. Sorry. Justin says you want to find work using Houdini. What skill sets would you recommend focusing on that a small studio will find useful? That's hard to answer because studios will hire depending on what they need. So I think basic understanding of Houdini, basic problem-solving skills, and a nice reel. If you have a reel that shows what you can do in Houdini, I think you can get hired. I think the basics are knowing SOPs, knowing the basics about simulation. Because most of the people that want to be hired or get hired in Houdini is because of simulation stuff. So you need to understand a little bit of that. And I think one of the huge important parts of knowing Houdini is knowing pipeline. Like getting stuff into Houdini, getting stuff out of Houdini, because um, in most places Houdini is kind of a step of the pipeline. It's not like do everything in Houdini and then render in Houdini. It's not that way all the time in studios. It is for me. I do everything in Houdini, but most of the time you're gonna be working with Maya models or Maya animations or Maya stuff, and then you're gonna have to output whatever you did in Houdini to Maya or Cinema or Max or whatever. So learn the basics about that. Learn the basics about exporting, importing, getting stuff in and out. I think one of the most important things to get hired is be nice, be a good person, because nobody wants to hire an asshole. At least I don't. I don't know, man. Just get the basics done. Do a reel, and see what the studios are looking for. I'm not a huge studio, and I don't really know, but most of the time they will hire you just because of whatever they see on your reel. If they see cool stuff in your reel, then they will hire you some of the time. Because the tools are not always that important, but if you know your way around Houdini and you can get stuff done or prepare or scenes prepared and stuff like that for senior artists, yeah, you can get a job, I guess. Yeah, but modeling Houdini is not like something that you're gonna find like we need a Houdini modeler. It might not happen, but knowing the modeling tools in Houdini will help you a lot, because if you're doing something like like preparing a building for destruction, you're gonna use a lot of modeling, and you need to know where your UVs are, where your vertices are, how to break stuff up. Sometimes you have to redo some stuff, remodel it yourself because it's not done for simulation. If you have the department, you can send it back to modeling and tell them, please, can you model it like this? Sometimes it's harder to do that. Sometimes you don't have that luxury because maybe the client already just send you what they have and you have to deal with it. But yeah, even knowing modeling is not that you're gonna work as a modeler, but you need to know it to get everything prepared for effects. Effects depend so much on geometry and attributes. Understanding attributes in Houdini, it's one of the most essential things you could learn. If you know that in Houdini everything is an attribute and stuff, like I've heard people said, oh, you can paint color and attributes, and I'm like, color is an attribute, dude. You can paint any attribute to a geometry. You can manipulate any attribute in geometry. You can soften any attribute, etc. Stuff like that. Yeah, don't be. Just do. If you do stuff in Blender faster, do it in Blender. If there's stuff you know it's better to do in Houdini, do it in Houdini. There's no reason to choose one or the other. If something is faster for you in Blender, use Blender to do it, and then put it into Houdini and continue. If something it's better suited for Houdini, do it in Houdini and take it from there. So I don't think the question about particles was clear. So I don't know how to answer that question. I can only assume he wants particles to be attached to the object. So I'm gonna try to guess, which is something that I don't like to do, but Let's do a pop network. So this guy has to be animated, right? You said you wanted to animate this. Transform. Let's just move this guy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just gonna move it one side. Why like that? You want the particles to be stuck to this. Particles are not gonna be stuck because it's emitting at every frame. Like that. That's what you don't want. If you want the particles to be with the object, you don't need to animate this before. You could animate this after. But then you want the particles to... there's so many questions here that I don't know what you're trying to do. You can stick the particles to the object. The one thing I could think right now it's doing a bob network. I don't know what I did there. Bob network. Shoot, that's not what I want. Pop bob. Sorry. Wanted a pop bob. I can just say the minimum. I'm not gonna really explain this, but the minimum. What am I doing here? I got lost. I'm lost. Yeah, I need 2 inputs for this. Whatever. So I don't really know what you're doing to do, but yeah, post it in the forum and then we can see what it is that you're trying to do. You could burn the particles the moment they collide with the other ones. You don't have to burn the particles from the start. So that's one way you could do that. Now that we're here, we can just do this really cool trick. Bob. If you want to just do some... Oh, what are you doing right over here? Something I learned. Just adding a curl noise and the position. You can make your particles curl really cool. And this is really small, I think. Am I doing the right thing? No, I'm not doing the right thing. I'm not doing the right thing. Here we go. Man, I'm not feeling it today. Oh man, sometimes you are just... Sometimes stuff is weird. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't want to do a curl noise. I just wanted to do a turbulent noise, actually. Yeah. Let's put this directly. Nah. I like doing this, the particles. They look really cool. I use this sometimes to kind of visualize what the noise is doing. This gives you like a visual representation of what the noise it's actually doing. Like if we change this to Berlin, you can see how the noise actually behaves. You can see, I like this. I like to do this for stuff like if we're gonna curl particles like that. I do this a lot for particles that are gonna be curling a lot. Light variance, it's alright. You can see that looks pretty cool. curly particles. But yeah, I guess this is another story. Pearly noise. Yeah, you can see how the noise develops when you do that. No, that's not a good way to do it. Simplex noise. Yeah, that looks cool. I love to do this because it looks like it's painting the noise. I love it. All right. Are there any questions? Samuel, can you give me feedback about my reel? I'm not sure, man. Cause I'm really not a soft person. If I see something that I don't like, I'm gonna tell you. People get offended. So I'm not sure if I wanna give you feedback. But post it in the community. We can see it there. Maybe other people can give you some feedback, man. All right, so just to I guess to end today, because you guys are sleeping. I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're not asking questions. So I guess that part of that is my fault, because I haven't been doing these things, and you are most people might be doing something else, not paying attention to this. So there was something I wanted to talk about, but I don't remember what it was. For 2018, I have a bunch of training that I want to do. Nick asked about the real-time work. Are you talking about game stuff? I've done a few game stuff, and I'm preparing some training about games actually. So yeah, I've done it, but I haven't done like huge projects or clients. I've done a few things for clients, but not much stuff. I've done a lot of stuff for my own personal projects and games. I have a few games that I'm doing. But yeah, I know about real-time stuff and games and game engines and stuff. I'm a lot into Unreal Engine. So I know what needs to be done. Let's call it that. But I haven't worked for any other games or stuff like that, if that is the question. But if you have questions about that, I can try to answer those. I got into 3D actually because of games, so I know about that stuff. At least a little bit. Okay, I guess that's gonna be for today. Thank you guys for being here. 2018 is gonna be a cool year. It's shaping to be real cool for me. Hope it's looking great for you guys as well. And I guess that's it, right? Happy 2018. Make your dreams come true. Yeah, Nick, it's interesting how effects and games are kind of clashing, getting to a point, and I'm really happy about that, because I love both things. I love games and I love VFX, and I love that stuff it's getting closer together. I love that. All right, guys. David, enjoy your bed. I'll see you guys next week. This should be a weekly thing again. So I'll see you guys next week. And thank you for being here. And let's keep learning together. All right? Cheers. And you know the drill. I have to find that button. I know what it is, but bye.